Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining us for News 360. It's coming to you live from our News Hub studios right here at Adesawe Kanda, Accra. My name is Roland Walker.
And I am Aisha Yakubu Halit. The headlines tonight.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by Deluxy Acrylic Paint, Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil,
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste,
and Apa Foods,
My Life Insurance.
Majority Leader Osechi Mensah Bonsu accuses Speaker Alban Bagbin of demanding budgetary allocation of 1.72 billion cedis for legislature or the budgets be thrown out.
I'll also tell you how the accident and emergency unit of the Komfo Anoche Teaching Hospital could be shut down following surges in COVID-19 cases among health staff. We'll tell you more.
Also, family of young man killed by police for his alleged involvement in the murder of 2 police officers at Zwarungu in Upper East Region says it will seek legal redress over the police action.
In business, the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry is urging government to reduce the proposed electronic transaction levy from 1.75% to under 1%. I'll also tell you the reasons being given by the chamber.
On the international front, between 50 to 70% of Omicron cases less likely to need hospital care, according to the UK Health Security Agency.
Well, we have details of these, including the latest in sports and the latest in entertainment. But you can also watch our streams as you go search through our socials. And TV3 Ghana is more appropriate. And also 3news.com. But we have some great stories tonight.
Let's settle for the details. Now, a former Deputy Minister of Finance, Dr. Kese Atuforsen, and 2 others have been dragged to court for allegedly causing financial loss of 2.37 million to the state in a deal to purchase some 200 ambulances for the country between 2014 and 2016. The NDC MP for Jumako Enyan Isiam and ranking member of the Finance Committee of Parliament is in court with Sylvester Anemana, a former chief director of the Ministry of Health, and Richard Jakba, a businessman. The trio were dragged to the Accra High Court Thursday, December 23, by the Attorney General on 5 counts of willfully causing financial loss to the state, abetment to willfully cause financial loss to the state, contravention of the Public Procurement Act, and intentionally misapplying public property.
And we'll follow more on this as you also go to 3news.com, because expansively we have addressed where the angles of the stories are. But also there is a story about the Majority Leader Osechi Mensah Bonsu accusing the Speaker Alban Bagbin of demanding a budgetary allocation of some 1.72 billion cedis just for the legislature from the Finance Ministry, or the budget would have been thrown out. Now, speaking to journalists, the Swami Member of Parliament further blamed the Speaker for the recent chaos that took place in Parliament.
Days after the chaotic scenes on the floor of Parliament over the approval or otherwise of the e-levy, the majority is beating no retreat on who to take the blame.
The leadership of the majority plus the leadership of the minority, all of us, including the speakership, and the speaker in particular, must come together to find a resolution of this. And moving forward, perhaps what we did, the orientation that we provided, I guess we may have to do a second and a third one, because it appears we scratched the surface of the problem. But we need all men and women of goodwill to help assist us to bring the curtain down on this embarrassment.
The Majority Leader Osechi Mensah Bonsu expressed his disappointment, alleging that the Speaker is obstructing government business.
So all this playing out, really, and that is why he sits and elects to leave the chamber to create problems. He says that he has information that the total revenue of this country was going to be 89 billion. and that the finance minister should give him 2% of it. And that works to 1.72 billion. If he doesn't give Parliament 1.72 billion, then his budget is going to be thrown out.
However, the Speaker, Alban Bagbin, says it will not serve him any good being a stumbling block to government business, but he will always seek Ghana's interests first. Addressing former members of Parliament, he noted recent happenings in Parliament are unfortunate, but it's a change that is good for Ghana's democracy.
In the 2020 elections, there was a change. And then decided, no, this kind of overwhelming majority, we no longer will support it. We no longer will allow Parliament to continue to be a rubber stamp of the executive. And so they voted from what we have, 137, 137. That is what God has put in place. So the turbulence we are experiencing now is the attempt to make a change. It's not me changing the rules. The game has changed and the rules must change. If not, you cannot work with the old rules to implement the new change. And I keep on saying that I conform to transform. And so what I'm doing is to do all I can to support government to implement its agenda, but not at the expense of the values and principles of democracy, not at the expense of the interests of the good people of Ghana. That I will not tolerate. It's not a government where you will just come and say, this is what I want, and it must be done. I say, no, my interest is not covered. Please, can you put in my interest as a party, as a society, as a region? You say, oh, let me consider. Then another meeting you come and say, no, I'm not going to do it. That cannot be democracy. That cannot be consultation.
Now, away from issues from the legislature, let's take you to the Ashanti region, where 2 suspects in the killings of 5 miners at Nyinawusu have been remanded into prison custody by the Kropon District Court. Now, the 2 are to reappear on January 12, 2022 to continue the case. Already, 4 of the victims have been buried. William Evans Nkum has come through with the following report.
30-year-old Mustafa, Dauda, 28, Tonsu, 25, Evans, 22, and 17-year-old Kofi met their untimely death on December 16th at Nyinawusu through a mob action. It was an atmosphere of anger and anguish as their remains were lowered to the grave.
4 of the 5 killed miners were buried here. As you can see, the youth are busily covering the pits. The 2 coffins that you see here carried 2 of the Muslims. So after they were taken from the coffin, they needed to burn them. So now they are covering the pits. One of them, we are told, has been transported to the northern region where rites will be performed for his burial.
That pare sani pa mienu nukra dia ya sramo ye hu he mama ya hu dia kwa mo chichi ohene no committee ni no mo chiwa mo ya kwa makro mind dia ya dia bre pa ni e be se de mla e be sha yensem anu ti na me ya di na e gira ha no e dia bre pa ya me ma da chi obo be so ye gu no obo na ya se me ma no.
Revenge is still active in the minds of the youth.
If justice denied, there is no peace. We are urging the government to come to our aid and seek justice for our brothers. We cannot sit down for 5 noble men in this town to lynch it to them without a cause. If justice is not prevailed, we will avenge the death of our brothers.
Still on crime, the family of the young man who was killed by the police for his alleged involvement in the murder of 2 police officers at Zwarungu in the Upper East region says it will seek legal redress over the police action. The spokesperson, Moses Nawa Kolog, tells TV3 the family will further petition President Akufo-Addo on the matter.
Petition either to the president and the IGP or petition to SRAC. That's a Commission of Human Rights and Administrative Justice. So we are not happy, and we may sue Ghana Police Service, depending on the advice of our lawyer.
The mood at the family house of the late Simon Nawak Yidong was a solemn one. The head of the family, Dramani Nawak, added his voice on petitioning the president.
We are still in shock of what had happened to our son because he is totally innocent of the crime leveled against him, leading to his death. Our lawyers have started with the process of suing the Ghana Police Service, and we are also petitioning the presidency for a compensation to the wives and children of the late Simon Nawak Yendong.
Meanwhile, our checks and records at Herbal Mining Company in Gbani reveals the deceased Simon Nawak Yidong was an underground mine worker at the company and was at work the day the two police constables were killed in Zwarungu.
And this tragedy has happened even though we have the festive season approaching. Talking about Christmas, it's another year and we have to celebrate when many indigents also return home just to celebrate the festive season. Now, with the surge in cases of the Omicron variant of COVID-19, my colleague Lord Eduasari has been visiting some lorry terminals to observe measures being undertaken to ensure the safety of travelers.
With the increasing surge of the COVID-19 cases in the country, presently our case count is a little over 3,000. We are here at the Circle VIP station to see how drivers are managing the situation to help or reduce the spread of the COVID-19 as far as observing the coronavirus protocols are concerned. I'm actually going to board one bus to see how things are actually looking and whether the COVID-19 protocols are being observed. We speak to the driver and then he tells us the measures that he has also taken to get to this point.
Here in VIP in Accra, it's a compulsory. Everybody, if you buy a ticket, you have to wear your mask before you buy a ticket. And then if you enter my bus, I will come and check everybody, either everybody is okay with a mask before I move my bus. It's a compulsory here before you enter the bus.
Secretary of the Asamankasi Kede branch of the Biakoya Highways under the GPRTU outlines measures that they are taking to help curb the spread of the COVID-19 here at the station.
We have one of the vaccination centers at a New Plan Conference, so plenty of our drivers have been vaccinated. That one I can show of it that we have told them to vaccinate themselves.
How about spacing in the buses? Are you doing anything about it?
Yeah, the spacing, because of the COVID protocols, Asamankasi Kede, instead of 4 passengers, because of the COVID, we are taking 3. We are doing it right now. Just that we have increased more price to make it to cover the 4 passengers.
Okay, sometimes when they are coming to board the bus, first of all, they are washing their hands, and then before they enter, they're supposed to use their nose mask. I always tell them that they're supposed to go and take their injection because to protect their life.
How is government helping to promote the vaccination drive to reduce the spread of COVID-19?
Even GPRTU, as we are talking, if you go there, we have a center there. As people buy their tickets to join their vehicles, there is ongoing periodic announcements directing people to where our teams have set up the mobile vaccination centers there. And people go and take their vaccines even before they join their vehicle.
However, when the news team visited the vaccination centers at the VIP and New Plan stations, the health personnel were absent.
Apart from Accra and Kumasi, the rapidly spreading Omicron variant of COVID-19 virus is also spreading in other parts of the country, such as in Tridium in the Ahafo region. Data from the Regional Health Directorate indicates that only 13.2% of the residents in Ahafo are fully vaccinated. Hence, vaccine hesitancy remains high. Here's a report by Larry Pakwisi Moses.
The Ahafo Regional Health Director, Dr. Kwabena Boakye, told a media briefing that the second phase of the COVID vaccination program is ongoing. The Ahafo Regional Health Directorate has procured more than 231,000 doses, targeting more than 300,000 residents.
All persons 15 years and above are encouraged to visit a designated vaccination point with a valid identification card to get vaccinated. With vaccines now available and accessible, time for all the eligible population in Ahafo to get vaccinated is now. Notably, ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 vaccines are safe, effective, and free. COVID-19 vaccine prevents severe illness, hospitalization, and death due to COVID-19. But the battle is not over, and we need to double our efforts.
Dr. Boakye added that under the first phase of the COVID-19 vaccination in the Ahafo region, more than 166,000 vaccine doses were administered to 52,000 persons, constituting 13.2% of the targeted population. Checks among some residents indicate high levels of vaccine hesitancy as well as non-adherence to COVID-19 health and safety protocols.
The nose masks, I realize people are not wearing it because they feel COVID isn't a threat, but we need to encourage more wearing of the masks because of the new variant of infection. I think COVID is no more, but if there is some COVID and the solution is the injection, many in Ghana have taken it. That is why COVID isn't serious. It is those outside who haven't taken it.
According to the Ahafo Regional Health Directorate, as of December 2021, the region had recorded a total of 1,061 confirmed COVID-19 cases, out of which 1,029 people had recovered from the infection, while 32 people died.
And already, the accident and emergency unit of the Komfo Anoche Teaching Hospital may have to be closed down following the surge of COVID-19 cases among health staff as currently cases continue. Now, Medical Director for the hospital, Professor Bafo Kufiopuku, tells TV3 majority of the doctors have also tested positive as a result, affecting healthcare delivery in the facility. He spoke to Ibrahim Abubakar.
In November, for about 3 weeks, we didn't have any patient on admission, but we have started getting patients coming on admission. And the worst of it all is that this surge is seriously affecting the staff of Komfo Anoche. And you know that the policy is that once a staff tests positive, a doctor, a nurse, or any other staff tests positive, the policy is that that person should stay away for 2 weeks. If you come to the emergency now, virtually all the doctors have tested positive, and they are not coming to work. So the reality is that it's affecting seriously the rendering of service in the hospital. And if you don't take care, and more than half of the staff of the hospital gets affected and are going to stay away for 2 weeks, then it means we have to close down the hospital, which you don't want to. So the public should help us by observing the protocols of wearing the mask and all the time.
And with a surge in COVID-19 cases in the country, some persons are considering suspending their planned Christmas activities. Unfortunately, staying indoors, they insist it is the surest way to avoid contracting the virus. But for others, the virus cannot stand their way to enjoy the festive season.
In spite of spiking COVID-19 cases, most people continue to disregard the safety protocols. A walk through the central business district of Kumasi shows non-compliance to the wearing of nose masks. At least 60% of all suspected cases brought to Komfo Anoche Teaching Hospital in the past 2 weeks came out positive.
Yesterday, we have about 42 cases, suspected cases, and 37 of them were positive. So you can imagine, out of 42 people, only 7 were negative. The rest were all positive. So we are in serious business. By November ending, we were virtually seeing no case of COVID. And so we all thought, oh, maybe God has finally answered our prayers and that we are not going to see another wave. Unfortunately, from the second week of December, we started seeing the cases. And this time they are coming in geometric progression. It means if today it is 2, tomorrow is 4, the following day is 16, and the following day is 16 squared. So that's what we are seeing now.
Between 13th and 19th December, Ashanti region recorded 171 new confirmed cases. Dr. Bafo fears activities for the Christmas and New Year will be a super spreader for the virus.
If I had my own way, the Christmas festivities and the end year festivities will all be suspended because it's going to be avenues for rapid rises in the number of cases in the country.
But does the surge in cases likely to affect people's planned activities in this festive season?
Honestly, for a survivor of COVID-19, I wouldn't like to joke with my life for the second time. All programs I had in mind have been cancelled. I'm not doing anything. I'd rather be indoor.
I'll celebrate it with my wife and with my family, so I'm not going out. But there's sickness out, so I have to prevent myself and my family.
COVID no kwade hot but any gender slide beji wa town wa enemu ni ade ade wa nipa mo ko no mo ba mo froka nipa dodo say na she maxi.
Well, the emergence of the Omicron variant calls for all to adhere to the safety protocols at all times. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3 News, Kumasi.
I guess we all have choices to make, and one of those choices is making sure you use the right sort of toothpaste. And that's why the segment is sponsored by new Pepsodent Charcoal White Toothpaste, formulated from a blend of high-quality purified charcoal and lemon essence.
Health segment is brought to you by Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal. Pepsodent, because every smile matters.
And 106 herbal medicines have been listed onto the mainstream healthcare system. Now, according to the Director for Traditional and Alternative Medicines Directorate at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Anastasia Yurinchi, the medicines will soon be listed onto the NHIS as well.
The integration policy, which started with some 19 pilot units, has seen an increase to 55 units within selected hospitals within the 16 regions across the country. The recommended herbal medicines are mainly for the treatment and management of 15 conditions of public health concern, including communicable and non-communicable diseases. 2 essential policy documents on the basic procedures in assessing the efficacy and safety of herbal products, and the recommended herbal medicines list has been launched to promote traditional medicines in Ghana.
We are looking at the therapeutic areas, especially for chronic diseases. There were over 1,000 of them, and the committee sat and then screened, looking at all these standards. And then now we have the list that we have to guide our practitioners.
President of the Ghana Federation of Traditional Medicine Practitioners Association, Kojo Udum Edufo, called for a national traditional medicine fund to aid research work.
The herbal medicines are so promising, not only for COVID-19, but for so many ailments, that if the government can create a traditional medicine development fund to do more research, there will come a time when it won't be necessary to be importing so many drugs from abroad.
The Alternative Medicines Directorate is hopeful research would be deepened into finding some immune boosters for the coronavirus.
Away from health and as part of the season celebrations, individuals and corporate bodies purchase Christmas decorations to brighten up their homes and workplaces. Some even go the extra mile of lightening up streets and the whole city. Menu Afo in this report explores how Christmas decorations have become an integral part of the Christmas festivities.
Over time, Christmas decorations have become significant in Ghana. Though not many homes see decorations at this time of the year, it is almost impossible these days to have a corporate institution that is not vested in the Yuletide and the decorations that come with it. And some go beyond their corporate confines to share the season by lighting up and decorating major landmarks as a way of sharing the joy of the season.
Christmas is approaching, and as you can see, our streets are beautifully lighted with Christmas decorations. Now we are here to find out something simple. What do these Christmas decorations mean to us? How relevant are they to us? Let's find out.
It makes me feel like I'm in kindergarten. You know, the feeling of you wanting to be a kid again, like seeing brighter lights and, you know, like decorations everywhere, lightning. And personally, I like lightning.
Feel like you are alive. So that is how I feel. I feel alive, and it's really beautiful, and I really appreciate beautiful things.
It beautifies the country. Looking at the roundabout, you can testify for yourself.
These decorations have become increasingly easy to acquire because of mass production technologies. Ivy Owusu-Achimai, a Christmas decorator, tells me as people who are into decorations, they make decorations possible because they work within the budget of their clients.
Realize when you go to the market, you have you have varieties. So just get them, bring up that Christmassy feeling in your children, in the house, in the homes and the offices. It doesn't matter how much. It all boils down to your pocket. So whatever your budget is, you do well to get a thing or two.
Indeed, Christmas trees and decorations have become an important part of our December celebrations, and increasingly, no family wants to be left out. One thing is for sure, these decorations, whether at home or in town, really bring joyous feelings and meaning to the season.
Well, I guess that also brings a lot of nostalgia. And talking about nostalgia, a lot may have happened this year, and particularly noting all the good things of life. And that's why we're going to have a review for 2021 next week, Wednesday and Thursday.
A big news year comes to an end. My definition of topsy-turvy.
Right from the chaos in Parliament during the swearing-in of the Speaker on January 6th through to the disturbances at Ejura and even more.
It was also the year of the birth of a fresh wave of youth activism which crystallized into the Fix the Country movement, which is now all over the place.
In between, the entertainment and sports fronts served memorable headlines with big hitters and celebs who even had brushes with the law.
On 2021 in review, we unpack the big stories, interact with the big hitters, and also the making of some of the biggest stories here on TV. So join me, Komla Adom.
And myself, Della Michelle.
Join us at 9 p.m. December 29 and 30.
Right here on TV3 at 9 p.m. sharp.
Nature Essentials, charcoal and lemon essence restores natural white teeth. Herbal extract for strong teeth and healthy gums. Antibacterial toothpaste that protects you and your family. Because every smile matters.
I'm going to interview Zuzum right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Acrobat 2. I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop!
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
We were totally crushed when our child was diagnosed with cancer.
We knew we just couldn't afford the treatment. And then you came to our rescue through the Herbal antiseptic liquid because we care initiative.
Join us again to fight childhood cancer. All you have to do is to buy Herbal antiseptic liquid, and we will use 10 pesos to support the Because We Care initiative to help a child with cancer. Give 10 pesos, give hope. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, madam. Ohima.
The good old Istiqbal furniture, now in Kumasi. We still maintain the best and quality furniture for your homes and offices with elegance and comfort from the living room to the bedroom. The class and detailed design from the kitchen to the dining area. We have the best and original furniture from Turkey. Visit our showroom today in Kumasi at Ahojun Shanso near Melcombe for the real furniture experience. Istiqbal Furniture. Elegant furniture always.
Top of your game with Visa. Pay with Visa and win a 2-night staycation for 2 at a luxury hotel. AFCON is proudly brought to you by Visa.
I love football. Football can be a dirty game, on or off the pitch. Even when I'm trying to score at a party, stains find a way of tracking me down. But I don't worry at all because I have Cleansoft. Use new Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, a unique formula with active ingredients and enzymes that gets rid of all stubborn stains and leaves your clothes smelling wonderful.
Cleansoft, my favorite.
Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, clean all.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calcate Toothpaste. Wow. I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calcate. Happy smile.
We ask Orca customers, why do you shop at Orca?
Okay, so for me, it's a no-brainer because I can easily find everything that I need right here in Orca. I mean, look at this. Feels luxurious, but yet affordable. So that's my reason.
There are thousands of reasons to shop at Orca.
And for me, this is why I shop with Orca.
Visit our new store and find yours.
MTN,
Piccadilly Biscuits,
Roma Insecticide Spray and Coil,
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights,
Camel Buy and Fly.
Welcome back. In business news this evening, the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry is asking government to reduce the proposed electronic transaction levy from 1.75% to under 1% if the state is to support the private sector to remain the engine of economic growth. Chief Executive of the Chamber, Mark Bedu-Aboagye, tells Onya TV its impact on SMEs and the private sector would further burden businesses that are already reeling under several taxes and struggling to re-establish themselves from the impact of the coronavirus pandemic.
As businesses, we are not against payment of levies, but we feel that it's too aggressive. is too overambitious to raise a 52 or so billion cedis and expect that you get over 6 billion from Momo. So we will continue to engage government. They should listen to us. We are suggesting that they should reduce the rates from the 1.75 below 1%. We are also suggesting that they should also, the minimum threshold should be increased. In fact, they can disaggregate those who are doing it individually from those who are doing it as businesses, because they will do the larger amount. So even if you bring it to 0.5%, because the money is big, you will get a huge sums of money, so that you will be able to also support businesses in this difficult moment that we are still suffering from the effect of COVID. I think we should have a sort of a discussion around this. You also would not want to largely affect government's ability to generate revenue to undertake its activities of building infrastructure, paying school fees, hospitals, and other things. So we can have a discussion around the figure that will be convenient for both businesses and also for the government as well.
Meanwhile, Deputy Minority Whip Ahmed Ibrahim says the Minority Caucus will resist the e-levy any day when the House resumes if government refuses to engage them as well as other stakeholders. He spoke exclusively to TV3.
Every route leads to somewhere. So when you lead the lawless path, it will end you to civil disobedience. What you saw there, Ghanaians lost hope in the ordinary politician, and their only hope in fighting the e-levy was the NDC minority. So people will call, oh, Mujitu Mayawo, if you agree to this, you are dead. It's like we were the messiah of the time. And we were talking to government. Even your supporters, the MPP supporters, are not happy with the levy. Let's suspend it. This is not the first time. It happened when VAT was introduced. Even an military, ex-military ruler. Abba, are you Jonas Savimbi or Idi Amin? Even Chairman Rawlings himself withdrew VAT, did public sensitization, consulted the opposition, then represented it in the minimum way before President Kufuor came and increased, because the understanding had come. So if you are bringing something within a month, from 17th November to 17th December, you want to bring a major tax policy to be taxing people's capital. How many Ghanaians are financially literate? How many may be able to calculate that? Before you could say Jack, their monies, their capital is finished. It is as a result of bad policies. Everything you are doing is on your chest. You know the e-levy, they themselves, they did not program the e-levy to be brought from Monday to Friday. We were chasing them. Where is the bill? You say it's an integral part of your budget. Where is the bill? They even deliberately excluded it from the business statement for the week. Should you treat your parliament like that? Do you build consensus in that form? They must have themselves to be blamed. And the problem that we have is what I've explained to you. They are still living in the 7th parliament like Sansi and Delilah. The spirit is gone, but they still think that the spirit is there. Now you made all of them lose their...
From the issues of e-levy, Bet Power online betting company has handed over a solar mechanized water system to the chiefs and people of Akondo in the Bongo district of the Upper East region. The project was undertaken through its Dream Makers campaign.
Bet Power Company, through a proposal from one of its clients, intervened to address the water crisis in the area. The project is intended to drastically reduce the distance residents trek in search for safe drinking water.
So this borehole that you see is a mechanized borehole, and because they said they don't have light in this community, we decided to build a solar panel for them, so that the solar panel would generate energy for them to be able to pull up the water for their consumption.
The assemblyman for the Adabrobi C electoral area, Nyaba Joseph, expressed gratitude to Bet Power for the project.
The people of Akondo has been my problem because of this water. All the time I've been running up and down to see if I could get a borehole. So I'm happy that Bet Power Bed Power has come to our aid by providing us this mechanized borehole. In fact, it has reduced our burden.
Bed Power, which has been operating in Ghana for the past 3 years, supports underserved communities through its corporate social responsibility projects.
That's all for the business news this evening. There's more business news on 3news.com. Up next is sports. Please stay with us.
There are many ways to get around, but there's only one way to pay.
Momo?
Sure.
So many styles to choose, but there's only one sure way to pay.
Momo? Yes.
There's so many you can buy, but there's only one sure way to pay.
Momo?
Yes.
Fish that to share my enemy.
There's so much variety, but there's only one sure way to pay.
Momo, come on, Yamu.
There's so many ways to get together, but there's only one sure way to pay. Got a payment to make? Use MTN Momo and enjoy real convenience in all your financial transactions. Live life the brighter way with MTN Momo. Just Momo it. We day for you, everywhere you go.
UMB was established in 1972 as the premier bank for the corporate and private sector in Ghana. From our very beginning, as the only Ghanaian bank serving all categories of businesses, we set a standard for excellence and innovation over the past 45 years. We've built a financially healthy and strong bank, demonstrated our commitment to our customers and to growing businesses, and exhibited originality and innovation at every turn. At UMB, our focus is built around people, service, products and technology. These are the key to our present success and our future triumphs. At UMB, we're poised to make a difference not only with our customers, but also in the banking industry. We invite you to share in our future. Our future starts now with you.
The show was a jar or bar anyone conquering dim.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Malaria. Lufat. Lufat.
In Jija, woman malaria and kawan to them. Lufat, a malaria drop a cope.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And I Lufat. Lufat, a 2 malaria sententem. FDA, freedom. It means different things to different people. To some, it was that speech back in 57. To others, it's the sounds and vibes of the land. Or simply sharing its sweet and memorable moments. To us, freedom means doing it our way. Introducing our limited edition Freedom Tabs. Grab yours and enjoy the taste of freedom. Fun ice, still so nice. This advert is FDA approved.
It's the season of gifting, and Samsung is making you the offer of the season. Look cool and feel good when you step out this Christmas. Get your crystal clear sound from your favorite artist and HD quality screen pictures and movies. Yes, you can have it all.
Should you rumor to me?
And Tonton Master, a baby, you want to so madahati. Roma insecticide spray at that Roma. Interfere, Entatia, make a cheha. No way. Shemikuno, and Tonton Bako crown panel. And also a pussy. Roma insecticide spray and mosquito coil. And out there we are sham. Roma,
Roma and Tonton Master.
How
help fight the spread of germs, learn Lifebuoy's hand washing habits. Wash hands with soap or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Together, let's help fight the spread of germs in Africa.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Sports segment is brought to you by
Cal Kids Toothpaste, Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG.
Hello, good evening. Let's do sports news now here on News 360. My name is Yao Ofosila. Now, the Premier League has postponed Liverpool's game against Leeds United and the match between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Watford because of coronavirus. And both games were at 12:30 GMT on Sunday, the 26th of December, but have been called off after a request from Leeds and Watford. The Premier League said Leeds could not play due to the number of players with COVID-19 injuries and illness. Everton boss Rafael Benitez said he was surprised his side's game at Burnley was still on. The Toffees last played on the 16th of December when they drew 1-1 with Chelsea prior to their match on the 19th of December against Leicester City being postponed because of COVID-19 cases within the Foxes camp. And now to Arsenal, where head coach Mikel Arteta says he hopes there will not be a return to empty stadiums in the Premier League following a rise in COVID-19 cases resulting from the spread of the new Omicron variant in the United Kingdom. Because he says it is not a best atmosphere to play football in.
The clubs are deciding, and that's the decision that they've made, so we have to carry on. Obviously, we had a preference of what to do because of the schedule and the situation.
Dial the short code to *161* in a code hash and start accumulating points.
The more your points,
the bigger your win. Take it to Barcelona, Spain.
Flat screen TV sets,
PS5,
washing machine,
La Liga original jerseys,
footballs and caps,
smart mobile phones and free call credits can also be won bi-weekly.
Accumulate more points
to win more prizes.
Spain promotion.
This advert is FDA approved.
Royal Aroma and Mofo Frana Banukrania Nibi to say iron, vitamin B3, B6, B9, B12, and a zinc. So, ro and mono predator Saint Crana Noa, and Modian in Rono and Free. Yeah! And we drew. What the bag no cohen?
Debbie met to me, Amaso, medical German number 4.
New Royal Aroma Fortified Rice. Ayemawu and Busia. FDA Aji Ejadien Kratua Atum.
Introducing new Sunlight 2-in-1. It gives you burst after burst after burst of long-lasting freshness. New Sunlight 2-in-1 for burst after burst of long-lasting freshness.
Pepsodent Nature Essentials, charcoal and lemon essence restores natural white teeth. Herbal extract for strong teeth and healthy gums. Antibacterial toothpaste that protects you and your family. Because every smile matters.
Whenever Princess starts, the neighbors do complain that her voice and the beat are too loud. Who is scared of the voices of tomorrow's superstars?
You special in your way.
It's me, like no other.
No one else can do it like you.
It's me, like no other. I can play the drum. I can sing. I can dance. I'm talented. I can draw. I can be myself. With Indomie.
That must be a neighbor.
You special in your way.
It's me, like no other.
No one else can do it like you.
It's me, like no other.
Here's to all amazing moms who identify and nurture the uniqueness in our kids.
Indomie instant noodles tastes great.
This advert is FDA approved.
Water gives life. Water is life. Enjoy the pure, refreshing taste of Awake purified drinking water, which comes in a uniquely designed bottle with a lemon green tap. Water is your perfect way to stay hydrated. And remember, for every bottle you buy, an amount will be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center, Ghana. Awake purified drinking water, one for life. For bulk purchase, contact 0262 351 251.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Bronya is coming. Who is your Santa? Bronya is coming. Where is your Santa? Your friends are getting money. You are so broke. Ekoso, Vodafone. Ekoso, Vodafone. Vodafone. Your friends are getting data. Don't you wait.
This festive season with the Vodafone Kosu promo. Claim your share of 2 million Ghana cedis worth of prizes in cash, airtime, and data whenever you recharge. Earn red coins after every top up and dial *533# or go to my Vodafone app to redeem your reward. No draws, no sign up. Oh, be a winner. Terms and conditions apply. Vodafone's my Santa and Joe Kosu.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Vodafone, Awake purified drinking water.
In entertainment news tonight, over 500 national service personnel are expected to be deployed to several private tourism and hospitality establishments under the NSS GTA Tourism Support Program. The initiative is in line with government's efforts to revamp the tourism ecosystem.
The tourism and hospitality industry has been the worst hit since the outbreak of COVID-19. The financial burden to retain workers or hire new ones, pay cuts, staff layoff, among others, have been some of the challenges faced by the sector. In a bid to help mitigate the impact, the Ghana Tourism Authority, in collaboration with the National Service Scheme, has introduced the NSS GTA Tourism Support Program.
This is a singular opportunity to officially launch the NSS GTA Support Program.
The initiative will deploy over 500 national service personnel posted to numerous establishments in the tourism ecosystem.
The program is in two parts. The first part is getting them to be attached to a facility, and the second part is training them on the industry practices, customer service, business promotion, digitization, so they will become more of ambassadors of capacity building. This is looking good for us. We hope that out of the 1,000 or so that we have earmarked, all of them will respond favorably, go to work, be attached to the facilities, learn, and then also impact on the industry.
Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Akwesi Ajiman, says the NSS GTA Tourism Support Program is in line with government's effort to improve standards with skills revitalization.
I mean, we know that sector skills is critical for our industry. Since COVID-19, our operators have been complaining, especially when it comes to staff layoffs and the needed requisite capacity of personnel. So this one goes to consolidate the sector skills revitalization program. Already under the Ghana Cares, we have started training of our industry personnel, but getting national service personnel with their various backgrounds to come in and support is critical for this industry.
Let's bring you the latest news making headlines on the international front.
People infected with Omicron are 50% to 70% less likely to need hospital care compared with previous variants, a major analysis says. The UK Health Security Agency says its early findings are encouraging, but the variant could still lead to large numbers of people in hospital. It also shows the vaccine's ability to stop you catching Omicron and starts to wane 10 weeks after a booster dose. Protection against severe disease is likely to be far more robust. The report comes hot on the heels of data from South Africa, Denmark, England and Scotland, which all pointed to reduced severity.
That's all we have for you this evening, but do not forget to brush your teeth tonight before you go to bed and tomorrow morning as well when you wake up from bed with Pepsodent Cavity Fight, Pepsodent Herbal, or Pepsodent Charcoal. With Pepsodent, every smile matters. My name is Aisha Yakubu Khalid. Thanks very much for joining us.
And mine is Roland Walker. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.